On today's Mindset Monday video, we're going to do something a little bit different. Today, I'm going to show you an archive video where I explain the concept behind killing a fat guy and how I came up with the whole idea. So let's talk about that.
Hey guys, Gary Drum here with killingafatguy.com. So I wanted to take a quick video today and kind of talk to you a little bit about the idea behind killingafatguy.com. Now, I studied strategic intervention coaching with the Robbins-Madonnas School of Strategic Intervention Coaching. Ironically, they named it that, right? In that school, we learned a lot of things about neurolinguistic programming. We learned about the 6 human needs and the basic ideas behind what drives people, the two great motivators of human psychology, if you will. I also studied actual neurolinguistic programming through the Spencer Institute for life coaching and strategic life coaching certification. So I study a lot of this stuff about how the brain works. And one of the things that I came up with as an idea is I also do a lot of things with regards to studying philosophy and the ideas of relationships and the brain and the mind and just thought in general. So one of the things I came up with this killing a fat guy concept, I wrote a blog a few years ago about this, well, a couple years ago now, that I come to this conclusion that there's 2 guys living in my head. There's this guy who sits around and bitches about his life and complains about what he doesn't have and what he can't experience and how he hurts all the time and he's hungry and he's bored and he just wants to sit on the couch and watch television and do nothing. That guy is who I call Fat Gary. Then there's this guy inside of my head that I call Fit Gary. Now, Fit Gary wants to get out there. He wants to experience the world. He wants to do things. Fit Gary wants to run in a mud run. Fit Gary wants to run the Warrior Dash and the Spartan Race. That's what Fit Gary wants to do, not because Fat Gary wants to run, because Fat Gary doesn't want to run. Fat Gary hates running. Fat Gary thinks running hurts like a bitch, and he doesn't want to do it. Fit Gary wants to. Fit Gary wants to get out there and do something with his life. Fit Gary wants to experience life way up here. And Fat Gary is just happy and content with experiencing it down here. You know, don't make waves. Don't aspire to be something too great because, you know, you could get knocked down. That's what Fit Gary thinks, or Fat Gary thinks. Fit Gary thinks, let's go way up here. You know what? We can experience this life of abundance. We can experience a life of health and vitality. We can experience a life of passion, and a life of excitement and interest. We can experience a life of creativity, creating something that nobody else has done. That's what Fit Gary wants to do. Fit Gary is really more like Super Gary. Fit Gary is who I aspire to be in my mind. Fit Gary is my ideal person, my ideal of myself. Now, in neurolinguistic programming, some of my NLP geek friends would understand this. Neurolinguistic programming is I get a vision of who Fit Gary is. What does Fit Gary look like? What is he wearing? How is he standing? You know, what is he? He's standing tall. He stands with power and just presence and attraction and magnetism. That's who Fit Gary is. Fat Gary is just kind of standing over here as a lump, and he's just not really paying attention, and he just bitches about everything, and complains about his life and his job and how much money he doesn't have, and da da da. This is what Fat Gary does. Fit Gary says, screw that. Let's go out and do something better. So what NLP tells you, and this is interesting, knowing NLP, how my mind is working right now, is you do what's called a swoosh technique in NLP, right? You take these ideas and you say, okay, I want to Fit Gary or Fat Gary is way up here. He's close. He's up here close to your mind. And Fit Gary is way out here. So you want to take those two and you want to swap them out. And you want to bring in Fit Gary. And you want to push away Fat Gary. You want to bring Fit Gary into yourself. Or Fit Sally or Fit Bob or whoever you are watching this video right now to understand the concept of killing a fat guy. And the point of that is Fat Gary needs to die. Fat Gary needs to go away. Now, there are some people who are psychology friends of mine who would say Fat Gary served a purpose. And they're absolutely right. Fat Gary served a purpose for a while. Fat Gary's purpose was to protect me and to save me from pain. But in doing that, Fat Gary took negative actions to avoid pain, what Fat Gary perceived to be pain. And those actions that Fat Gary took, or those actions that Fat Gary specifically did not take, have resulted in more pain. So you want to take Fat Gary and you want to take Fit Gary and you want to swap them out. Fit Gary comes in, Fat Gary goes away. The fat guy goes out there. The fit guy comes in. The fat guy walks off into the desert to die. The fit guy comes into your life, into your heart. That's the mindset swap. That's the difference. That's the whole point of the whole killing a fat guy concept, is to kill the fat guy in your head, to kill the fat person who's living up here. And you want to kill them not by murdering them. You want to kill them because the idea of who they are is harmful. You want to kill them, and by kill them I mean you want to separate your identity from that identity. Because here's the thing. Here's the reality of life. The reality of life is that every relationship you have with everybody that you know is only in your head. You don't actually know who they are. You know who you represent they are in your own mind. The same is true with you. The same is true with your own identity. The same is true with your own identity. So in order to replace any idea that you have in your mind, you have to destroy the old one. You destroy the old idea, you replace it with a new one. That's the concept. That's the idea behind killingafatguy.com. What am I doing? I'm killing a fat guy. I'm killing this idea, this identity of a fat person, a fat version of myself. I'm killing it. I'm pushing it out there. And I'm pulling in to myself a new identity. And the new identity is a fit guy. The new identity is an adventurous guy. The new identity is a guy who's full of confidence and full of power and understanding and wisdom. The new identity, the new self that I've chosen to develop through this whole program of the killing a fat guy idea, the new identity kills and destroys the old identity. So the fat guy must die, right? The fat guy must cease to exist. And that's the concept behind the whole killing a fat guy idea. And I want you to understand that because I'm getting a lot of people who are getting interested in this, and I wanted to put this video out there so people understood where my mind was coming from and kind of explain where my pain was and how I'm using the tools of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And a fit person takes care of their health. A fit person watches what they eat. A fit person pays attention to how many calories that they're having in a day. Well, they don't consciously do it. They get to a point where they do that all subconsciously. A fat person doesn't care. A fat person stuffs his face until his belly is full. You've just seen an example of a swoosh technique where you take a fat guy and a fit guy and you paint the idea of who this fat guy is and paint the ideal of who you want to be, and you boom, you just swoosh them out, you push them, you change them. The fat guy goes out, the fit guy comes in. Why am I tapping my heart? Because the heart has intelligence. The heart knows. The heart is the core of who you are. Right? The heart was the first organ in your body to begin developing. The heart develops before the brain. And all things lead out through the heart. So you take this fat guy, you take the fit guy, and you swap them out. And that's what we're doing here on killingafatguy.com, and that's what we're doing on this page, and that's the kind of stuff I'm going to talk about quite a bit. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. This has been a long video, I know, and I apologize for that, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and just continue to watch us grow here. This is going to be an amazing, amazing journey.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's Mindset Monday video as we discussed the origin of the whole killing a fat guy concept and how I came up with the idea and how the whole system is supposed to work, and what it does is from a mindset perspective and how you change that perspective. If you did like the video, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below and pop that little notification bell, and you'll get an update every time I do a new upload on Mindset Monday or anything on my YouTube channel here. And also, like, comment, and share on the video and let people know, let me know what you think, and let other people know about this video and what we're doing here on Killing a Fat Guy. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's just at Killing a Fat Guy. And I post information up there pretty much every day, so you can check me out up there. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk again next week.